Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Dennis. So today we're going to do a quick overview of a ASUS TUF Gaming K1 keyboard. Okay, we're going to go over its features, have a look at it, we'll try it out, see how it sounds, and yeah, that'll be pretty much it. So let's check it out. Here we go. Okay, so here's our first look at it. Of course, it has RGB with, will sync of course with Aurora Sync, but of course if you have other software, it'll probably do that as well. But you'll have to check that out to be sure about that. I just know it will work with ASUS's Aurora Sync RGB software. So we're going to go over all these features as we get them out of the box. So let's open it up and see what we got here. So pretty easy. All right. So here we go. Packaged up, of course, with a little bit of cellophane or whatever they call this stuff, right, to protect it. Got our cable tucked away in back in here, so it's, I would have liked to see USB-C, I guess, but USB Type A. We'll get it out of this box here, and we'll get it out of this packaging. So when you get it, you'll have a bit of tape on it, all right, just to make sure everything stays in place. And this is what we're looking at right here. We have a volume dial here. You're gonna have to peel off your plastic. Get that off there, comes all the way across. Now the reason I wanted it, and I'll find out if it's right or not because I couldn't test it out, is the sound of the keys. That is a lot quieter. I'm gonna put my mic right there. So that's a lot quieter there than my mechanical keyboard. So when I'm doing games or anything like that, that doesn't take away if I decide to record it. And all you hear is that clicky sound. I've had a couple people really didn't like that, so this made me think maybe I need a new keyboard. Or at least one temporarily, because I do like the other keyboard, but I wanted something quieter. So this is a membrane gaming keyboard. It has spill protection, so if you spilled anything on it, as long as you wipe it off quickly or kind of, I don't know, maybe even wash it off. I've never tried that, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But if you just spill it off, you can probably get it off pretty easy. I want to see what else comes in the box, and I can already see this. So you have a wrist rest. All right, it's a nice added feature. I'm going to get that out. I have found in the past that these are, they break easy. So, just keep that in mind. This one looks a little better made. Alright. That's just going to go onto your keyboard. I'll show you that in a second. So what else do we have? We have our membrane gaming keyboard. Okay. Little pamphlet, packaged contents and all that kind of stuff. Tells you everything all about your keyboard. We have the warranty card, okay, tells you everything about the warranty, all that kind of good stuff. That's it, that's all that's in the box. So let's get on to going over and we're actually doing a review here. Okay, so I have plugged it in just so you can see how it all lights up. And I've got another piece of plastic to remove here. Get that out of the way. I'm going to have to check to see if these are individual lighted keys, so we'll have to check that out here in a little bit. One thing I do want to point out is on the bottom, okay, you've got feet here that are adjustable. All right, this of course is for your volume control. You have macro keys, all right, all up here. So you've got 8 of them up right on the same buttons as the function keys. Of course, your normal QWERTY keyboard, your number keys. You have RGB lighting up on both sides. Right now it's in kind of color shift mode. And let's put on the, you can see the little grooves underneath here. So let me just tip that for you. See the little grooves here? So that's where your keyboard is going to fasten into. Let's see how that goes. It should go fairly easy. Does it pop in or... Let's see. So Alright, I'm going to turn it over for a minute. Okay, so I guess it just goes in here. This is what I mean by breaks easily. So if I push that too far, I could wind up breaking it. And I think it's something that could quite easily be done. Anyway, it's there now. So it's a little more durable than some I've had. Just that little bit would have been enough to break one of the ones I had from Corsair. In fact, I had to go out and get a replacement. So that stood up to that. Let's have a look here. It's definitely quieter than what I've had in the past, which I'm thankful for. But what are some of the features? So I guess one of the first things we want to do is just go over a few of the things that we have. So it has tactile membrane switches. All right, wired USB 2.0, which I showed you a minute ago. Now this has 5 zone or a sync RGB. So each of these different colors is a different zone. So it's not per key. Now you're going to remember this is only about a $60 keyboard. So if you're on a budget and this works for you, you're good to go. Anti-ghosting is a 19 keys rollover, pulling at 1000 hertz. You have macro recording, so you can do on-the-fly recording support. And this little rubber cable, which is pretty pliable actually, is about 1.8 meters. All right. Now the actual dimensions of the keyboard, in case you're interested, is 451 by 155 by 36 millimeters. And with the rest, so this right here, it's 451 by 66 by 18. All right. Keyboard itself weighs 810 grams, and the wrist rest is just 95 grams. And it supports all the major operating systems. It doesn't mention whether it supports Linux or not. I suspect it will. I don't see any reason why they would just decide to not include that. So it does say, like I mentioned earlier, spill resistant and durable. Basically that means that it can withstand splashes and spills up to 300 mil because it has a specialized tough coating for extended durability. All right, so it's going to protect it a little bit, so if you're inclined to spill something on it, you might not just destroy it the first time out. So that's good news. You have your dedicated knob here for volume, for sound. All right, so built-in dial, and it has fast audio control so it doesn't disrupt your game when you're adjusting it. Of course, like I mentioned, the wrist rest. Now it says Armory Crate. Okay, so the app that you can get that comes with most ASUS motherboards at least unifies the system and lighting controls so you can make all the changes that you want on this, of course up to the 5 zones. Okay, so something else I wanted to share with you because I thought this is important. So it tells you how to set your key combinations. Now, one thing I want to mention is it also tells you to go in and install the Armory Crate app to make changes to your colors and everything like that, which I did, and I've got it all set at one color. But it also tells you in the manual here, which you should look at, function F9 lets you skip to a previous track or a chapter. Function F10, play, pause, a toggle. Function, so these are all function keys. Function F11, skip to the next track. So these is basically with music or media. And function F12 for mute or unmute. You have profile switches, so your function 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the default. Your Windows key lock is function Windows key. Your factory default is function escape. And hold it for 10 to 15 seconds. Now, light effect switch says hold the function key, okay, which actually is on the right hand side here, okay. Hold the function key plus the right or function plus left. It makes no sense to me. But we're going to try it and see what happens. So function key, there's only one function key. So hold the function key. I just want to see what happens if I hit the arrow button. Okay, so let's me change different colors by doing the function key and arrows. See how it's changing everything up? As I do different ones, change. Alright? So function, so they must be talking function right arrow, function left arrow. So if I hit function left arrow, lets me go back. Alright? And function down to or up to decrease the brightness. And your macro keys is function left alt to start recording and function left alt key to end the recording. And of course, step 3 of that, or final process, is to assign the macro key. Only F1 to F8 keys can be assigned. Alright? I just thought that was really important, and it tells you your profile, color profiles, and lighting effect. So I'm going to give you this right up close so you have this. So if you need this, you'll have it. So let me just get this off right there. Alright, there you go. That will let you change everything. You don't even need the software, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I think I've gone over most things. I don't usually do keyboard reviews, but maybe it'll be a thing. Maybe I'll do a few of them just to get that perfect keyboard. This one's not exactly what I want. It is a little quieter than the mechanical keyboard, mechanical switches that I have on the keyboard I have now, but it's definitely quieter than that one, so the one I'm using. And so I'm going to switch them up and play some games, and hopefully that'll be better later on when I do record them. So if I missed anything, please put it in the comments. I'll get back to you and answer that. And yeah, there's not much else I don't think there is I can say about it. But if you have questions, please ask them. If you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications for videos as come up in the future. And as always, thank you for watching.